Hey there everybody, it's Kathy Champion and you're back with me on my YouTube channel, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Gastonia, North Carolina, and I just want to thank you so much for tuning in and joining me today. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do that now. Just hit that subscribe button and you can ring that little bell, and that will give you options on how to receive notifications, so that way you never miss one of my videos. I hope that you enjoy my videos, and I hope that you take away a little something to tuck away with knowledge of crafting. Not only that, I hope you'll enjoy some humor. Sometimes that can be funny, sometimes that can be annoying, I'm sure, but I do want everybody that tunes into my channel to have fun. That is the main thing. So I also want to just say I thank you so much for all of you that have subscribed. My numbers are starting to go up. I am up to, I think I'm like 66 away from being the 1K. So I have been working toward that for about 1.5 years, and it has been a slow climb, but you know, I'd rather for it to be slow and steady than to be a very fast pace up there really big and then, you know, fall back. So it's been good, and I have been very blessed, and I want to thank y'all for being a part of that, because I could not do this without my audience and the people that tune in to see what I'm going to be doing next. And like I said, sometimes it can be very interesting, and other times I'm sure that there's probably a little bit of boredom, but I try to keep it interesting at all times. Okay, we are going to make a card like this today, and I made this background, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to make. We are going to use some bright colors rather than black and white, and this is our host code for February. Now February is coming to a close, and along with that close, so is Celebration. Now Celebration is, here's the little Celebration catalog. Normally this is done once a year, but this year they are breaking it up. Instead of doing it for the first 3 months of the year, they're doing 2 months from the beginning of January 5th through February 28th. This campaign went on. And what Celebration is, Stampin' Up gives away a bunch of products. If you spend $50 before shipping and tax, you can pick out, and you get to choose. Isn't that the greatest thing? It isn't like you just get whatever they want to send you. You get to actually pick out. This paper is gorgeous. $50 purchase will get you that pack of paper, and it's a nice big 12 by 12 pack. It's not wimpy. Also, $50 will get you the Darling Donkeys, which y'all know if you've watched any of my videos that I love them. This Approaching Perfection, everybody needs a really good birthday stamp set. $50 purchase, that's free. The Oso Ombre paper, it is a 6 by 6, but it's 48 sheets. Beautiful, beautiful colors. I mean, it is stunning. And I'm sure if you've been watching any of the videos, you've seen that. Also, the Corner Bouquet, I have not used that one yet, but it looks gorgeous, and the images are much bigger than what they look there. The other, let's see right there on that card, isn't that gorgeous? That is the Corner Bouquet. Also, $50 purchase will get the Heal Your Heart. Everybody needs a stamp set like this. You have a thank you. There are just so many. Sorry for your loss. Wishing I could heal your heart. Just beautiful, beautiful. This Flower and Field Designer Series paper is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous pack of paper. Again, 12 by 12. Absolutely free with a $50 purchase. And let's go on over. Touch of Ink. Now this is one, there's only 2 products in the Celebration catalog where you have to spend $100 to get it, and this is one of them. But I'm giving away this stamp set. Anyone that makes a purchase in my online store during this month and use this host code, no, it's not a $50 purchase. Any purchase of any size will put you in a drawing for the stamp set. So that's a win-win. I mean, and this thing is gorgeous. It is a 2-step stamp set, and as you can see, you have the fill-in. So you stamp your image, and then you decide what color you want that image to be, and just use that ink pad and then fill it in. Same thing with the leaves, the flowers, and the butterfly. And then it also has some sentiments and stuff. It is a great stamp set. And then the other $100 item is Berry Blessings, and this comes with a 12 by 12 pack of designer series paper and the stamp set. Again, it is a 2-step stamp set. Beautiful, beautiful images, and this coordinates, the paper coordinates with your sweet strawberries. I was trying my best to think what the name of that paper was. Sweet strawberries. And of course the strawberries come with a punch, but it has strawberry paper in here. It has raspberry paper and blueberry paper, and oh my goodness, it is full of beautiful berries of all sorts, and it is stunning. And then if you host a party or you sell $300 worth of product, and that can be your order and maybe some friends and family, you can get this stamp set absolutely free. And this is so cute because it's called Punch Party, and it coordinates with so many of our punches, like the double oval, which is a new one in the catalog. The postage stamp, it does that one. They had said that the heart works, but that's not true. The heart, that was a misprint, because that's not true. And here is that designer series paper. If you join Stamping Up before the 28th or by the 28th, you will get your starter kit's $99, and your kit is whatever you want to make it. You go through the catalog and pick out what you want. If you are in the market for the Stampin' cut and die machine, cut and emboss machine, this machine is $120. You can get it for the $99 and still $5 left over. And I always tell everybody, get one of these Stampin' Pierce mats, because they're $5. 120 plus 5 gives you your $125 worth of stuff. You only pay $99, no shipping, just your tax on the $99 for your local sales tax. The Stampin' die and emboss machine, or let me rephrase that. It is the Stampin' cut and emboss machine. I have trouble with that every time I try to say it. But anyway, that machine is quite heavy, and if you had to pay shipping on it, it's gonna cost you a good penny. And especially if it's coming all the way from Utah, all the way to the East Coast, which is where I live. But anyway, you can get that and not pay any shipping. Now you might say, well, I don't want to be a demonstrator. You don't have to do what I do. You don't have to sell the product. You don't have to have a YouTube channel. You don't have to do that. You can be a hobbyist and be your own customer. It's a win-win. So anyway, those are some of the things that I wanted to go through with, but this offer right here goes away on the 28th. So those five packs of paper, and what it is, it's the new colors, the in color, I want to say it's the in 6 packs, yeah. So you get your in colors, and you get your regals, neutrals, brights, and subtles. So this is really a great time to come in and join Stampin' Up. So I just wanted to go over that because I don't want anybody to miss out on the opportunity to get free product and to get a really good deal. And that free shipping, I'm telling you guys, that is really awesome. Alright, enough about that. The host code, like I said, if you spend $50 before shipping and tax, you will get a free item from Celebration from Stamping Up that will come directly in your order, but you'll also get a free item from me. So I will send you something special as a thank you for being a very loyal and faithful customer. Okay, enough of that. Now let's go ahead and get started. This card right here is the one that we're going to make, but we're not going to make it black and white. we're going to make it out of this Granny Apple Green and Magenta Madness. Bright pink and a bright green. You know, to me, nothing screams summer like pink and green. I don't know why, but I love those two shades together. So what I'm going to do, that's like yellow and lavender. A really pretty bright yellow with lavender. Oh, to me it screams spring. And who doesn't love spring? I mean, other than, you know, me suffering with allergies. But I think everybody has allergies these days. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 1/2-inch strips off of this piece of paper. And I'm just going to cut, you know, a bunch of them. We won't need to use them all, but we're going to cut them anyway. Just 1/2-inch strips all the way down. When I did this earlier with my other card that I've designed, I was like, oh my goodness, I cut one of them too big, and then I had two 1/4 inch pieces that I couldn't use. So pay attention when you're cutting these and make sure you get it and keep it on the 1/2-inch mark, because that's that's exactly where you want your paper to be, is at a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to come over and get that lined up perfectly. Love this trimmer. This trimmer is awesome for doing projects like this. You can see your measurements all the way down, so you're not going to get a wonky cut. You're going to get a nice straight edge because you can see that your paper is lined up all the way. So that makes the world of difference right there. All right, let's go ahead and cut this one. And you know what? I think I've got enough, so I'm not going to cut the rest of this. And if we have to come back and cut another one, we will. What we do need to do is cut this down. And this is, yeah, we can do it this way. I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And this is going to be our card base that's going to go onto our actual card. So this is going to be so much fun. I'm going to bring over my silicone craft mat because I'm going to be working with some glue on these pieces, and I just really don't want to make a mess on my work surface. So what I do to start off with, so that I can get my pieces nice and even, I start off making sure that I've got my middle piece going from edge to edge, just like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my liquid glue, and I'm going to start right about here. Let's move this and put the glue on that. I'm going to start right about here, and I'm going to just squiggle glue all the way across, just like that. And then I'm going to lay this right here and bring it all the way to this end and just lay it down. Press it down. Let's make sure we had glue all the way to this edge, and we didn't. So we're just going to come up in here and put some more glue on that, just to make sure that we're getting all the way to the end. Press it down really good. Now, to make it easy, so we can make sure we have that even amount all the way down, I'm going to cut this piece off. So I'm just going to use my paper snips, and I'm going to cut this off right about there. I just want to make sure I'm not cutting into my green paper. I'm going to use this as my guide. So I'm just going to butt that up against there and put down my next piece. Just like that. It doesn't matter that it's shorter here. The only thing you want to make sure you're doing is getting this piece down right where you need it. So I'm going to turn it over, and starting right about here, I'm going to squiggle some glue down, and then I am going to lay this right up against that piece and press it. We're going to come back up under here and get some more glue on it because we did not get enough. And it's okay. If you don't get enough of glue, you can always put more. Then we're just going to lift that piece out, and you can see what it's doing. It's going to give us that every other look, and that's exactly how I got this one. And isn't that pretty? I thought it turned out really pretty. So, of course, y'all know that I love black and white. So, of course, I thought it was gorgeous. Alright, I'm going to put glue on this one. Now, you know as you start getting closer, you're not going to need as long a piece. So, let's just lay that down like that and press it. Then we can lift this back up and put that right there. And then we're going to need one tiny little piece. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to snip a piece off of there. And we're going to put some glue on it, just right in the middle. And we're going to put that down right there. Oops. There went my wiggle room. Alright, we got that there. And see how nice it is because nothing sticks to this. So any of that glue that came over is not, we don't have to worry about it because it's not going to stick to this. Alright, I'm going to lay that piece back down, and I'm going to grab another strip. And again, we're going back to a longer one. So this one, I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and snip right there. Now we can just go ahead and put our glue on this one. Just like so. Butt it up against that one. Using this piece for the guide in between makes this so easy to do because you don't have to measure or anything. All you got to do is just pop your pieces down. And who doesn't love easy? Sometimes we want something a little more complicated, but you know, even in that, I want it to look complicated but not hard to do. I think we're all that way as crafters. Alright, I'm just going to press that down really good. Now I'm going to lift this piece, and I'm going to go back up here, and we need that tiny little piece again. So I'm just going to snip a piece off, and we are going to put glue right there in the middle. And then I'm going to just set that down, take that out, and lift this up. Now all we're going to need to do now is come back in, and I am going to grab, I've got a pair of Teflon scissors that you can cut adhesive with, and these are Tim Holtz from Tonic Studios. This is not a Stampin' Up product, but Stampin' Up doesn't have long scissors like this, or scissors that are glue resistant, so that's why I opted to use these. And everybody needs a good pair of long shears in their craft room, and these are exceptional. I'm hoping that Stampin' Up will come out with more products like this in time. And you can see now we're starting to get this card straight. Bella's decided she wants to fuss at me. What's the matter, Bella? Bella's being a bad girl. She's usually not very verbal, but I think she wants Toby to play. And Toby's laying down over here behind my chair, and he's sleeping. I don't think he wants to be bothered. So just keep going all the way around and snipping off all of these. And there is our card base. So I'm going to save these other pieces. These right here can go in the trash. So I'm going to just take this to my trash can, and the pieces don't stick to the silicone mat. You might have to just, rake them off. But there's your mat, and what's so great about this is every bit of this glue will peel off of this. Once it's dry, it will just peel away. Now there's our piece, and we can do it this way or this way. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. You know, crafting is so individual that it doesn't matter how you do a craft. It just matters if you do a craft. So what we have to decide now, what color do we want to use as our accent color? Do we want to grab those beautiful magenta, or do we want to do the green? I'm thinking the green. Let's lay a piece of this over it. Yeah, I think the green is not as in your face as this. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and cut our die piece. And I'm going to make it the same way as I did before. I have these dies called detail band dies. This makes a beautiful showing on here because this will fit from side to side. And isn't that pretty? So it will definitely have the look that it is attached by a band, but it's not. So let's go ahead and cut it out. And we're going to use this little piece of green right here. So I'm going to run this through my die machine. Oh, this thing cuts like butter, y'all. It is so nice. I love, love, love this machine. So there we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel this up off of here. And I'm going to try to get as many of these pieces out as I can right here. So we can have this all on this one mat, and I can just dump this in the trash. This will make it so neat and easy. Now, it's not to say you're going to get every little piece, because I missed some on my first one. But, you know, you can get the most of them. And all I'm doing is just running my fingers over them. This thing just cuts like a dream. I even have some very stubborn dies that are not Stampin' Up, but just some stubborn dies. And you know what? I ran those through this machine and they cut like, oh my goodness. They're ones that I was having trouble with all of my other machines. I even called the company that I bought the die from because I thought the dies were defective. But it wasn't. It was actually just not having a really good quality die machine. But I'm here to tell you I got one now. And our die machine comes in two sizes. It comes in the full size one, which we call the Mac Daddy. And then it comes in the little bitty baby one. And let me show you that one. The baby one's easy to show because look at it. It is so cute. Look how tiny it is. And it has a 3.5 inch footprint on it, so 3.5 inches. So you can't use the larger dies and the larger embossing folders, but the catalog is marked to show you what dies will work with this. If you see a little emblem beside the die and it says mini, then you know that it will work with the mini machine. But if it doesn't, then you'll need the big one. So that's the reason I tell everybody, if you can afford a machine, if you can afford the big one, get it, because it doesn't limit you. But if you can't afford this one, that one's half price. It's half the price of the full one. The full machine is $120 and the small one is $60. So quite a bit of difference in the price point. Alright, that is ready to go down. But I need to figure out exactly how I want to do this. And I do have this die that cuts another piece that will go right in the middle. And I'm wondering if I want to do the Magenta Madness. Let's try it. Let's go ahead and try cranking it through and see what we get. So I'm going to cut this out of a piece of this Magenta Madness. Now see what I do? I flip my plate. As soon as I take it out, I flip it, so I don't forget to do that. That is just a good rule of thumb. So when I pick this up, I know that this is going to go on just like that because I've already flipped it. So set yourself up a system, what works for you. Alright, this is going to look really pretty there, but we're going to stamp this with some black ink with a sentiment. How about hello? And where did I see? I want something pretty and festive. I wish happy would fit on there, but I think that's too big. Most definitely too big. Alright. We could make this a birthday card and do happy birthday on it. Or we could just put sweet friend. That looks nice, so let's do that. So I am going to bring this over. I need to grab a small stamp block. I like to find a stamp block that will fit the stamp that I'm using, and I'll tell you why. It gives you much better control when you're stamping if you have the proper size stamp. Oops, I went to put that over there and I meant for this to go over there. Alright, so I'm going to ink this up. Looks good. I'll tell you what, we're just going to go. Love it. Not quite centered though, so we're going to turn it. Oh, I can't turn it over. Let's cut one more. When in doubt, just make it over. Flip my pad, and now I'm just going to lay it back on top, and it's ready for my next go round. Alright, let's try this again and let's see if I can get it. I'm going to bring it down here to me a little bit. I know you can't really see because it's down so low, but I'm going to try my best to get this straighter. Much better. Much, much better. Alrighty, let's see. I need to grab something to clean my stamps with. We're not going to be doing a whole lot of stamping, but a little bit. So I'll just grab my chamois for right now. Let's put this ink up. Now we're ready to put this on here. So I want to pop that up. So I'm going to grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to put 3. I'm going to put 1 on each end and 1 in the middle. And now all we need to do is glue this onto here. sweet friend. And now this needs to go down. So what I'm going to do is grab my Tombow, my liquid glue, and I am going to put just put glue on those tabs, and I want to set this down where it looks like it's in the middle. And then press those out. Isn't that pretty? This is just our card front so far. So now we need to decide what mat we want to put this on. So I'm going to go with the Magenta Madness. And we need a piece that is let's get our trimmer over here so we can decipher this. So we're going to need a piece that's 5.5, or maybe, how about 5 3/8? 1, 2, and 3. By 4 1/4. And let's see how this looks on here. Oh, that's pretty. Look how nice that looks. So nice. So we need to find out now what color cardstock we want to put this to. We could do the green. We could do the, I wouldn't do the magenta, or we can go rogue and do a black. What do y'all think? Like, I'm going to hear you answer me, right? Right. I'm thinking that maybe, I am thinking on this. I really want to put it on a black card base, but let's see what it would look like on black. Oh, black really makes it pop, doesn't it? All right, black it is. So I know this piece is 8 1/2, so I need to cut this down to 5 1/2 because our card base is 8 1/2. I mean, our card should be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to put it back in here on the 4 1/4 side, and I'm just going to give it a good score and fold it. And again, I'm going to grab my bone folder because I really want to get a good crease on this. Just like that. Now this needs to come up here and sit. About like that. I'm not too sure we don't need to cut this down. So maybe we'll take this down just a little bit more, and then we can take this one down off the top, and I think we'll be good to go. So let's get our little handy dandy trimmer back out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim off right to where that invasion is. See this right here? It cut through that like butter. So I'm going to turn it over, and I want to do the same thing again. And I think, yeah, that looks much, much better. Now let's see, this needs to be cut down to 5 1/4. little slivers off, but you know, a sliver can make the difference. And that's going to go to a 4, I think. Maybe 4 and an 8. Alright, the main thing we want to see now is if this will center up on here. The tiny bit of border around it, and it does. And now this should center on here fairly nicely. Okay, we'll put that together, and we are getting this card just about done. And it wasn't that hard to make. You know, 2 dies, some Stampin' ink, and some paper. So far, I'm loving this card. I think it's so pretty. Did y'all just see the mess I made with my glue? Heavens to Betsy. I got glue all over me. This is why a lot of people don't like liquid glue. They don't like it on them. But you know, it doesn't really bother me. I'm good with it. Alrighty, so now we're ready to put this on. I like to put it on for a little trial run before I go, and that looks good. So again, I'm going to grab my liquid glue. And then we're going to be very gentle in putting this down because I want to make sure that I'm getting that nice border all the way around. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? I love that. So now all we need to do is get a mat for the inside. And I think I'm just going to go with basic white on the inside because we're going to be putting a sentiment in there, or we could just leave this because it says Sweet Friend. We could leave this as a note card. So I'm going to cut this to 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. Alright, and I think I might just leave this as a note card. And if I decide that I want to stamp in it, I can always go back and stamp my sentiment. But I like to have some cards that are just blank, where I can go in and just write them a long note telling them why they've been in my thoughts and prayers. Alright, let's open the card. And then let's go ahead and set this down. Oh, that's just too big. Oh no. Yeah, how did I do that? I think I grabbed the wrong. No, I didn't. Okay. Let's get our ruler. I know it's here somewhere. Here it is. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, 5 1/4. Aha, it's too high this way. So let's set this over here, and I'm leaving this in. I'm not editing any of this out because y'all need to know that when I'm crafting, I run into the same problems y'all do. It doesn't make me any different. Four by 5 1/4. And now on this one, I'm going to put my liquid glue again. It takes no time for skin to form over top of your glue. And that is not coming out. Alright, I'm going to use contraband. And now let's bring our card back over. And this should fit in here a lot better. There we go. Perfect. Alright, that's a really quick, cute little card that we can make. And here it is in a different color. And look how different they look depending on what color you do them in. So this is a real quick and easy card that you can do, making a very striking background for your card. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this. I hope you learned something, and I hope you were entertained just a tiny bit. That is always my goal in my crafting, is to share inspiration, hopefully uplift your spirits a little bit, and just tell you thank you, that you mean the world to me, and I appreciate you. I want you to know that I do love all of my crafty family, and I feel like if you join my YouTube channel, you're part of my family. And I hold you up in my prayers each and every day, even if I don't know your name, even if we've never spoken. But please leave me a comment. The people that leave me comments are the people I remember, because I read your words, and your words can touch my heart, and I love that. So please like, share, and subscribe, and I want to hear from you. And I always tell everyone when I get ready to close, I always say, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He's worthy. He is so worthy. He laid down his life for us, so he's worthy of our life and our praise. So until we craft again, may God bless and keep you, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.